What's up everyone, Dylan back at it again for another Last Month in BMW, where we cover all the BMW news that's been happening last month, which in this case was November of 2024, making this the last month in BMW for the year. And much like last month where we had our Black Friday deals, we now have our Christmas and end of year deals, which are some of the biggest discounts we've ever offered, and we're doing some new things this year that we've never done before. So if you want something for your BMW, Mini, Supra, or Tesla, make sure you check out the links in the description of this video to take advantage of those deals while they last. But enough about that, and now, what happened in the world of BMW in November of 2024? Let's start off with some happy news. The 2025 BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe, or F74, production has started. This is BMW's current smallest production four-door vehicle, and it will be available to customers in March. The M Performance version will also be available on day one. Now, an interesting note is China is getting the 2 Series Gran Coupe, but they're getting a special extended wheelbase version exclusive to the Chinese market. This is yet again just another one of the long versions of BMWs available exclusive to China. Way back in 2022, BMW acquired the Alpina brand, and since then it's been, Well, BMW stated that in 2026, new models will be coming to the market to expand their extreme luxury brand. I guess that means only the most expensive options will be hanging around. Alpina has stated that all their vehicles will have internal combustion engines because, well, they determined that their customers don't want EVs. Interesting. I wonder if that means that EVs in the future will only be available for the rich and famous, or criminals if they have them where they're outlawed.
Huxley, do you know what this is?
A 1970 Oldsmobile 442 with a 455 cubic inch engine, radial tires, and bucket seats.
I'm impressed.
I studied. Okay, now what?
With many European nations reducing or completely eliminating incentives to purchase EVs, Alpina believes it's going to be a while before they have to start ditching their fuel-burning engines. For the whole life of the 3 Series, and that's a long life, if you don't believe me, you can go check out our video History of the 3 Series on our YouTube channel. All 7 generations of the iconic vehicle have been made in the plant in Munich. However, it's rumored that the G50, the 8th generation of the 3 Series, will be moved to the Dingolfing plant. Let me tell you, the urge to say Dingolfing is strong. The Munich plant is slated to be exclusively making EVs by 2027, so this rumor might actually have some truth to it. I guess time will tell. By now, we've all seen police Lamborghinis, Hummers, and things like that. When bad people do bad things in nice vehicles, those nice vehicles get turned into reminders about why being bad is, well, bad. Police seize vehicles all the time, and that is exactly how the Florida Highway Patrol came to acquire its BMW S1000RR. This race-inspired superbike makes 205 horsepower, revs to an insane 13,000 RPM, and weighs less than 450 pounds. Wow. While the Florida Highway Patrol did outfit this into its colors, it says it's only for educational outreach events. Well, let me tell you, with a bike like this, they could reach out to anyone at any speed and really give them some education. So, we'll see. Speaking of things that are fast, let's talk about BMW's falling profits. Recently on this series, we've been talking about recall after recall after recall, the biggest one being in China with 1.5 million BMWs being recalled. In addition to that, sales are just falling in China because of these recalls. This led to a 61% drop in third quarter profits for BMW. Ouch. Well, BMW says they're not too concerned because they do have a large presence in the US, and have even stated that if tariffs were to arise, they would just increase production in the US. Imagine that. Increasing production in the US. Spy photos have always been something automotive journalists strive to get and fans and enthusiasts want to see. And last month, a few different ones have surfaced, including the first look at a 2026 i3 Neue Klasse sedan. Codenamed NA0, the camel car seems to resemble the concepts that we have been seeing recently. BMW promised a less is more approach with these, and so far it has the shape of almost any other car on the road. Up next is the 3 Series, the G50. Some have pointed out the similar shape as the NA0 shown before, which will be the electric counterpart, so that makes sense. However, with the quad exhaust seen in these pictures, this could be the M variant. Last is actually a leak of the design trademarks for a 2026 BMW iX3. While nothing more than unflattering gray blobs, it does point to the basic shape and look of the iX3, so do with that what you will. For this, I would encourage those with weak stomachs to look away. The following video you're about to see may be hard to watch. Yeah, Schmiedman, a company in Sweden that specializes in BMWs, had an unexpected visitor in the form of a moose that decided to go on a rampage and trample two nearly restored BMW 8 Series E31s. These vehicles were almost ready to be returned to their owners, but sadly have to spend more time in the shop. The moose, after it finally gained traction on the ground and not expensive BMWs, simply walked out of the shop, crossed the highway, climbed a mountain. Fun. While the police in Florida are seizing intense fuel-burning, high-performance vehicles, the police in Hungary have just increased their fleet with 10 new BMW iX3 all-electric SUVs. The Hungarian Mobility Development Agency, or HMDA, which I will say as many times as possible in this section, have recently decided that they want to expand their fleet to zero emissions, which I think is a humdinger of an idea by HMDA. While the Hungarian police forces have already been using BMWs in their fleet for a while now, HMDA's decision will be paving the way for the country. Well, ironically, or perhaps intentionally, the next generation iX3 will be made in Hungary. I wonder if the police forces are going to be using that next generation of iX3. Duh. For our last story, BMW states that the next generation of fully electric M vehicles will be heavy. No. And that wraps up November of 2024, concluding this episode of Last Month in BMW. Which was your favorite story? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if you want to learn more about each individual story, we'll go check out the links in the description of this video. But as always, for more tips and tricks, product reviews, and so much more for BMWs, Mini Supers, and now Teslas, make sure you subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell. Want to know what's happening first? Head on over to our website and subscribe to our newsletter. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Snowing. Christmas deals. 10% off, 15% off. Go subscribe. Check it out.